Hi guys, welcome back to another Explain 12 video. We recently did a flight with the FS Labs A320, flying the Brathens regional airways to or from Gothenburg to Arlanda, and we're now gonna do a flight with the A320neo from Toliss, flying Brussels Airlines from Brussels Charleroi, probably mispronounced that one, down to Genoa. The only reason I'm flying these two airports is because these are two that I have with a bit more. They are freeware airports you can get from the org site with a bit more, let's say, oomph in them. You know, some good efforts from the freeware developers. This one looks very nice. It's a bit on the hard side FPS wise. I'm not sure if it's the weather, because I'm flying the Tolisses, which usually has pretty good FPS, but I'm really drained. I'm low here on like 20 FPS. So sorry if it's a bit choppy, but yeah, let's see. But as you can see, you have the nice ground effects, the rain effects, really cool. Look, oh, it looks very good actually. The effects on the ground, one of the best things with X-Plane. And the aircraft, as always, looks good from the outside. But let's jump inside. I did actually compare this one to the A340, and I think the A320 is much nicer on the inside than the A340. I know they came up with an update, but I just didn't feel like I want to take a flight with that one, since this interior just looks so much better. Maybe not the cabin, but like the inside of the cockpit, which is the more important one. And now I'm just gonna have a look again if the sounds are working. Yeah, they are working. It's just such a low volume from the inside, so that's why. We can put the navs on. We have the external power. Do we have it visually though? No, I don't think so. So let me have a look here. I like that in A340 also now have this screen. That does help quite a bit. We want to get stairs and stuff, but I'm wondering if we can get the same from our nice ground handling plugin. So let's have a look. So the yard design one. So I'm thinking could get GPU. I think we have those side ones. We could get that. So let's see actually, and I'm gonna jump out quickly. These seems to be included automatically, and that's nice. So that's taking into account the rain. We lost about 3 frames per second getting in the ground handling, so that's a bit of a cost. But oh well, at least we get to some immersion. They really need to work though on this game's what do you say, stability. I think it's taking too much frame wise, because it doesn't look that good that it should take that much. So hopefully they can work on that. It works a bit better with the latest updates, but it's like a really big difference. Like now when I'm looking out, I'm like down to 20. When I just look at the Toliss, I go up to 40. Huge difference. But yeah, let's not sulk on that. Just wanted to mention. I don't think Brussels actually uses these airports, or at least not this one. They use the normal Brussels main airport, but let's just use this one for this flight, since I do have this nice version of it. Sorry, I want to go down one, then arm that. Voila. I've also been trying to set my settings a bit, so hopefully they do work a bit better in terms of the joystick. It's more responsive, but let's see. Let's see how it is. We can lock the door. We'll start the boarding process immediately. LIMJ, yeah, that's the one. Some weird flight number. Should have 142 passengers. We'll do 90. We'll do Wi-Fi. Do we have boarding for Brussels? We do. Let's wait for it to load. And we have the safety one as well for Brussels. So let's see if we get both of them to load. There we go. We can start. And anything else? One thing to mention with A340 is if you're updating it, you can't do it through the Skunkcraft's updater. It doesn't work, so you have to like re-download the aircraft. Save your liveries before you do that, though. That's good to be aware of. Let's have a look on the outside quickly. Looks like a pretty nice setup now with some buses. No people, but can't get everything in life. Do appreciate these viewpoints though that you get to explain. Okay, anything here? No, let's actually do it like we always do. That means we go to init. We do the request. This should start populating. Hopefully at least. Starting to populate, that's good news. We can then go to loading performance and then apply the settings. Looks correct. Looks correct here as well. Okay, zero fuel, looks correct. Passengers, block fuel, everything looks correct. So we can apply those low settings and we can do a quick refuel. And I think that should be enough. We will sync the barrow settings, I think. Or now let's keep them. I would like to do all of them separately. Okay. You have all these preparation ones, right, that you can do, which are really good, of course, but you know, checking the voltage, all this sort of stuff. But we're gonna leave it be for now. What we'll do is do the takeoff performance, have it ready, then just make sure we get everything right in here. So the init should be correct, yes. The flight plan without the departure and arrival looks correct. We're doing 24 with Rita 8Y. We can insert that, should be right. Then destination, arrival, exit. And now let's actually start checking a bit more closely. Ah, bless me. I think it's called Beeline, right? That's the Brussels. So import the Simbury flight plan in Pilot 2DC. I'm just going to show you. You can see our flight down here to the coast. SID was relatively straightforward. And the star was relatively fine as well. So the question is, which one are we taking for the approach? Or which approach are we gonna fly? Looking at this, it should maybe be the Jikut transition. would this work? Let's have a look. So we would first fly Dorav around here. Yeah, this looks pretty good. We're then doing the Zulu. So you can connect to the sim. Now we can file the flight plan. I'll move this down and just switch the radio. I think you can switch the radio. Let me have a look. Yeah, looks like it's working relatively well. B line 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
B line 4003 is cleared to Lima India Mike Juliet. Climb via the Rita
160. So we got a pretty high
then is filed. Expect departure runway 24. Climb to
squawk
flight
3250.
Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure.
We can put all of these on so we have them.
Squawk 3250.
B line 4003 is cleared to Lima India Mike Juliet.
Anything
Climb via the Rita 8
else?
Yankee departure, with the Redux transition, then as filed. Climb to
Oh yeah, we
flight
need to do
level
this one.
160 via the departure. Expect higher clearances
So we're
10
doing
minutes
the
after
Zulu
departure.
one.
Approach on 133.12.
We're coming in
Squawk 3250.
on the exit
B line 4003 read back correct. Altimeter is 2903.
1N approach.
Altimeter is 2938.
We're doing
B
via
line
Kikut.
4003.
So this should give us no discontinuities, which looks to be correct. Now we only have the performance page left. Before we do that, let's check our QNH 992 995, sorry, 992. Goddamn. There we go. And then now we see we're getting alignment. That's good news. 2938. There we go. What were the winds? Oh, sorry, we don't wanna write it there. 250 at around 12, so 10. We'll do 12 just to make sure we're on the right side of history. Temperature 6. No, it's definitely not dry. It's wet. I won't do anti-ice. Is the CG correct? 292. I guess you can see it also here, right?
Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well.
203 actually.
Exit row. Please leave the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required.
295. Okay, which one does it want? CG.
Please let a flight attendant know.
I think it's right with 292, but let's see. We'll do 2 flaps, as I prefer that. We'll have air condition on.
Put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
And we're not taking off from runway 6, right? But runway... Let's see if the takeoff weight matches what we have. It's a bit higher. That should be our... Let's compute based on that. Flex 73, 132, 135, up 05. That was the flex, 73. 135, no 132, and then it was 135. So very low. I guess we can do V1 with 1/3 instead. Have a bit of a of extra room in case we need to abort. It was up 0.5, and that's good. We are basically almost ready. Let's have a look here at our outside perspectives. Looks like been a bit of a collision there. Well, it looks pretty good otherwise. I think we are basically ready. I'm gonna ask the Pack X crew to hurry up a bit.
Is there any chance we could expedite the boarding? We'll see what we can do. No promises.
Beeline 4003, ready for pushback.
Beeline 4003 pushback approved.
And I actually
Pushback
need to
approved,
put in
Beeline
the
4003.
constraint. Then I need to check if we're doing the 24, so we should go to the right. Once we're being pushed back. And I hate this like the weather makes it hard to see, right? But there we go, that was a bit better. I think that should be a good enough pushback. Okay, we can call on them once we're ready. I'm actually wondering, do we have charts for LIMJ? Doesn't seem to be any quickly available charts, unfortunately. Let me see if we got any with scenery. Sorry about that. Sometimes you do get, but doesn't look like we have any. That's a bit of a bummer. I love the fact when you find online some nice charts that you can only found some half finished one where it has like the stars and the SIDS, but not the approach, which is the one I need. So I'm gonna check if chart Fox has it. No support. Jesus.
We're ready to go when you are.
Let me see. LIM runway 24.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours and 3 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now
There
turned
must
down
be
to
some trying to find if we can find anywhere the charts for the approach, because we will need that.
full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Worst case scenario, I guess we could just take the info from within the sim. That's gonna be a pain. You would think there's some available ones somewhere, but nope. Hate when you can't find charts. But we'll have time to fix that once we're in the air, so let's focus on getting going instead. We're on pre-flight. Let's see if this one works. Or do I have to do seatbelt signs manually? Yeah, I have to do it manually. Okay, we have the flap open. We can put the beacon on, we'll start the APU. Once we do that, I'll open the ICS screen. Just quickly jump out. Looks like most are closed, I guess apart from the main door. I'm just gonna close all of this to be on the safe side. Then we can actually open the ground handling. And get them all to drive away. We have pushback clearance. So we're getting the tow to drive up. That is great news. Why do we still have that GPU there? Shouldn't that be gone? We'll remove the chocks. Parking brake is still on. The APU seems to be ready. We'll do the bleed. We'll shut the external, put pack flow to low. Ah, damn GPU. Shouldn't that be moving away though? Let me have a look at the ground handling. There we go. And then we should... there we go. Now the external power should be out. Okay, so hopefully they'll connect to us now. We can start rolling. Do we have any... oh, we have the oxygen mask. Do you want to play like this the whole flight? Maybe not. Let's get some fresh air. Okay, good. They have started doing their job. I think we can close this. Or wait, you need to move that one, right? Now we can close it, and it's red, so that's good. Okay. I think he said that we can release the parking brake, so we're gonna do that. Okay, starting pushback, we can start engines. Starting engine number 2 to start off with. Wrong engine. You can change view once we are on the right engine. Already that one, just we have it.
Freedom and clear blue skies. It's no wonder birds always fly happy. And after these safety instructions, you will too. We totally understand that you're very attached to
Would
your
be nice to know
hand
which
baggage, but please put it under
for
the
the
seat in
speed
front of
brake
you,
arm.
or stow it in the overhead bins. If you're sitting in
Which
front
button
of
is?
the
Because I haven't been able to connect that.
enjoy more room to wiggle your toes, but you can only store your items in the overhead bins.
Are we
Please be
starting the
careful
right
when you open
engine?
them, though. We're not flying into space, you know, so gravity will still apply. Most electronic devices can be used on board. You'll find all the information about this in our in-flight magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. Oh, and we know you're really funny when you're drunk, but thank you. We already have entertainment systems on board. And remember that consuming your own alcoholic drinks is not allowed. During takeoff and landing, you can fool around as much as you want, just as long as your seatbelt is fastened low and tight around your waist. To fasten it, insert the metal tip into the buckle. To unfasten it, lift the flap. It's not rocket science. Your seatbelt should be fastened while the
Let's
fasten
see.
seatbelt sign is illuminated, and also throughout the flight when you're seated.
The doors are looking
We're sure
okay.
you're aware that smoking is prohibited on
The engine
aircraft.
looking pretty okay. We have a lot of Ryanair flights here close
Just to
by.
be sure, the lavatories are guarded by a smoke detector with a very bad tempo. Trust us, you don't want to
We
mess
can
with
set
it.
parking brake and I'll start engine 1.
Funny-looking oxygen masks will drop down from the ceiling. Pull a mask towards you and position it over your nose and mouth. Place the elastic band around your head and adjust if necessary. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting children or other passengers. And now that everyone looks like, well, a duck, we can all breathe normally again. We Belgians are famous for our fashion design. Unfortunately, the yellow life jackets are not designed for the catwalk.
We can see the
In
engine
economy
starting.
class, you'll find the life jacket under your seat. In
I
business
guess it's
class,
motoring.
in the double seat, the life
I
jacket
presume
is
it is.
located below the middle
Doesn't
of the
seem to be
seat.
spinning
In
that
a single seat, it's
fast
just
yet.
right below the seat. So should you need to use it, take the life jacket out of the bag, place it over your head, and tighten the strap around your waist. Wait until you're out of the plane before pulling the cord and inflating it.
Now things are happening.
Your life jacket, blow into the rubber tube. Now take a moment to locate the
And
emergency
now it's
exits,
spinning.
which funnily enough are marked with an exit sign. If we have to evacuate, follow the
Looks
fluorescent
good.
strip on the floor. Remember that the
Yeah.
nearest exit may be behind you rather than in front of you. If you missed part of this film, what were you doing?
Okay, they seem to be
There's a safety card in the seat pocket in front of you.
disconnecting from us.
Especially if your seat
We'll go
next
to
one of
flaps
the
2.
emergency exits. Okay, we're almost ready to fly now. Please relax, straighten your feathers, make sure that your seat's in the upright position, and your
This
table's
trim wheel is so
Thank you for
slow.
listening to
Let me
me.
check if I can actually do this a bit quicker. We'll try with the Bravo throttle quadrant. And let me see if I have pitch trim down and up. Electric trim rocker. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. I'll just do it slowly.
Very seriously. Enjoy your flight.
0.2 and we need to go to 0.5. 0.3, 0.4. Can we get the pitch trim to the right? Value 0.5. There we go. Okay, rudder right, rudder left, looking good. Full left, full right, neutral up and down, looking good. Everything is normal. Engine low temp. We need to put these on, the predictive wind shear system. Auto brake goes to max. Cabin check. Takeoff config normal. We'll release the parking brake. That should get us moving. Have a quick look on the outside. Looks pretty good. You can see the effects here with the water. That's really cool. In P3D you need these. Either the aircraft needs to have it,
We're prepared for takeoff.
or you need to have a extra pack or similar. Beeline 4003 ready to taxi. Beeline 4003, ready to taxi. Oh wait. 121. Beeline 4003, ready to taxi. Don't know why it switches. Beeline 4003, ready to taxi. I am gonna ask.
Beeline 4003 ready to taxi.
Beeline 4003 taxi to runway 24 taxi to runway 24 taxi to runway 24
Oh, it did get my
taxi to
messages.
runway 24 taxi to runway 24 contact tower.
But I guess it just
1.3. Have a good afternoon.
decided to
Taxi
ignore
to
me.
runway 24 Beeline 4003 taxi to 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 runway 24 Beeline 4003
Oh, with the
tower
low
on
frames we are getting now, could be.
4003.
But it sucks though, right? Because this also doesn't want to make. I mean, I always have pretty bad here around Amsterdam and Brussels, I guess, is within that area, and London. But now I mean, I really don't want to get better airports in these areas.
Beeline 4003 contact tower on 121.3.
Contact tower on 121.3 Beeline 4003.
But they need to generally have a look at the. And I'm actually gonna quickly check. It's pretty early in the day, so it's not the night playing pranks with us. But yeah. I just think the performance is awful. They need to do something about it. Because the graphics aren't good enough to kind of make it worth it, right? To suffer through. I think it's around the cities mainly. Because like if I fly Arlanda, it's around 60 FPS. Same with Helsinki, and there I even have third-party scenery. So there's something about certain areas. Okay, let's turn to the right here. Oh, I actually totally blanked out. We need to put those on. We need to shut the APU bleed. Same with the APU master. And we need to put that to normal. So yeah, I really messed up there. Let's see if we get the handover to tower. Hopefully nobody else is landing. Doesn't look like it, so that's good. Beeline 4003, ready for takeoff.
Beeline 4003
Okay, we got takeoff clearance.
24 winds are 249er at 9er knots cleared for takeoff. Runway 24. Backtrack to runway 24, cleared for takeoff. 24 Beeline 4003.
Or I guess you wouldn't take off from all the way here, maybe. Or I guess you can, right? Use all of it.
Approaching 24.
Yes, we do know that. The only thing I actually want to check with that one is if you can lower the volume, because I have it on 100%. I think like 58 should be okay.
Approaching 24.
Okay, we can do it even lower.
Approaching 24.
A bit lower, but not the best. Yeah, I know we're approaching 24. Since we're on the runway, we should, of course. Would be nice if you could ever click something. I think I have the problem is related to having 3 screens. I read somewhere that that's a problem with X-Plane. Just can't handle the 3 screens as good as it should. Okay, let's see. If you could just work the kings, I would really like to play X-Plane more. Okay. Let's go to
SRS auto thrust blue.
Manflex.
Thrust
Yes. We can put that to Avitab. Thrust set. 100 knots.
100 knots.
Okay, and airspeed was alive. We'll go up to V1 now.
Rotate.
Rotate. Okay, that was a much more stable
Positive
rotate.
climb. Gear up.
Okay, gear coming up. Let's keep an eye on the speed though. Okay. Gear is up. Lights off. Let's push a bit further up.
Speed checked flaps 1.
Let's go flaps 1. We're still climbing. We can go flaps
check
0.
flaps 0.
4003 contact Charleroi approach on 133.12.
We can go with throttle climb.
Approach on
Detent.
133.12 B line 4003.
We can also set these to
Approach B line
standard.
4003 climbing to flight level 160.
Beeline 4003, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Looks pretty good. I should probably use the wipers. Did I just ignore those? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, looks pretty good. We can go to autopilot. Did I even see any rain on the window? Or have I become blind? Ah, no clue. Okay, autopilot is on. We'll be doing a south turn. We have about 2 hours left according to this.
003 contact Brussels
I'll
Center
put the right
125.0.
altitude in already, since we'll be getting
Center on 125.0.
quite quickly
Take care B line
towards that.
4003. Center B line 4003 climbing to flight level 160.
Beeline 4003, good afternoon.
Okay, we're flying just between the clouds now. So it looks a bit nicer. Oh yeah, we're gonna be turning east and then to turn south. Yeah, this is a big extra little move. It's gonna be a lot of extra moves until we get to land. Okay, let's see, we're coming up to 10,000 feet. We can go landing lights off. We'll wait with the seatbelt signs until we're out. Let's have a look at the weather radar. It looks like there's some storm cells around, but nothing too crazy. We can put the speed brake down. Should be able to avoid nothing red in the close vicinity. Some
Gentlemen, we have now passed
reddish around,
on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to keep from fast
but nothing
flyers
too
and
crazy.
not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to
Let's see, we
connect
should
to
have a bit of a
Wi-Fi,
tailwind, so that might help us get down.
we do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our
So we'll be
partners.
flying over the Alps.
Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
Are we getting past the bad weather? Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Here in the back, it's just another lousy day. As the sole passenger of this flight, we don't really have too much fun stuff to do, but we have a lot of leg room. Okay, continuing to climb. Ice detected. I'll do the anti-ice for the engines. I guess we can do the anti-ice for all of them just to be on the safe side. Not sure if that will affect our cruising altitude, or can we still get up to 39,000, hopefully. Okay, we're still climbing, but there's been no end to the cloud layer.
Climb to flight level 230 V-line 4003.
We have some nasty weather in our vicinity now, but let's see. Let's actually put the pack to flow to normal. I think that should be sufficient. Should be going alright. Oh, look at that. Look at this weather. Wow. It's so close to being really good. Just get that crispness so that it actually looks real, and then it will be perfect. It's not far off now. I mean, looking from these angles, right? It's just very nice. They're really done good work with the clouds. But it's still so pixelated in some sense. It's close but far away at the same time. Might look better in the YouTube video. Or maybe from the outside perspective. A bit maybe. Okay, we'll be turning to the right soon. So we'll miss, and that's supposed to be the bad weather. Which makes sense, right? The red, it sticks up a bit like a cumulus omnibus, or whatever it's called. Yeah. God, can't even speak. I don't think we need ice anti-icing, right? I mean, we're outside the clouds. Should be fine, right? We are still climbing relatively good.
Climb to flight level 290 V-line 4003.
So we're getting higher and higher clearances all the time. Slowly turning in the right direction. Now it says only 1 hour left. So let's see when our speed increases, how quick or slow this will actually be. To our destination. It's around 500 nautical miles left. Here it looks pretty good, but once you zoom in it looks a bit... But I'm not gonna complain too much. It's a work in progress, and this is definitely better than what I've had before in X-Plane. The clouds are getting there. Slow and steady. And I do prefer the fact that it's like a dynamic... In that sense I do prefer this a lot over True Sky, in that, you know, if you fly there you know that that's the storm clouds, etc. There's a lot of different cloud types in one area, so to speak, and it's fluid. As you get into new areas you get new cloud types as per the meter, so that's nice. And I remember when I flew down to Brussels before I took my connecting flight to Prague, the clouds kind of looked like this, and I do wonder if I Let me start my Discord actually, see if I have any pictures of that. The FPS also looks pretty decent up here. So this kinda, well, this was on a flight away, so you can't really see, but it was like this, all these layers, right? I mean, it's not far off from what you have in real life. This was, I think, with the 19 model though, the Brussels A319, to, from Brussels to Prague. But yeah, a bit like this. That's how I remember it. So we're still going through one more layer. It's like the sharpness is affected by the zoom in a bit, in a way. The planes look really good though. I know I say that at every X-Plane video, but I do really like them.
Beeline 4000, flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, beeline 4003.
350, so we're slowly getting higher and higher climbing clearances. Let's see if we have any good. Any very good viewpoints. I think this one should be good. I'll leave you here. We have quite a bit of time still. Top of descent is around 40 minutes away. So I'll be back in a while. Enjoy the ASMR, the engine noise, the sound of the winds on the wings, or whatever floats your boat. But yeah, see you in 35 minutes about. Maybe sooner, maybe later. Let's see.
Climb to flight level 390 beeline 4003.
United Turkey, climbing to 207482. Copy, 47, thank you. Roger, maintain flight level 230 and 191. Copy, Fox Charlie, flight you report double nine zero and flight level. Flight level 250, we're passing 110.4 below, stand by, take course. Climb level 330, stand by, 482. ESS 150 and 491. Flight direction Romeo and 491. Three two five one five, okay, 487. One two eight eight zero five, China 491. Good morning, United 6463, altitude 4540 report. Flight level 250, United 6463.
Beeline 4003 contact Reims Center on 128.3. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 128.3 beeline 4003. Center beeline 4003 climbing to flight level 390. Beeline 4003, good afternoon.
Passing 110 direct, Holland, United 6463. Good morning, Delta 590, additional 220 to Lima. Airbus 060590.
starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for a list of complimentary premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
Set level 70, Kilo 570. Welcome to Morgan Echo, Alpha Nova. Scanning final 260, departure.
KLM 08, last clear departure for expected nature.
Roger 260, KLM 808.
Lufthansa 2 Whiskey, Tango Louis, and climb level 260.
That reporting, climb level 260, clear on the atmosphere, please.
KLM 808, descend on level 1.
Descend level 100, KLM 808. Level 1, Scale 4, responding 3, Shalom descending to 250.
KLM ready to OMS, previously ordered to go below the Evan flight.
215, KLM at 48.
Beeline 4003 climb and maintain flight level 390. Climb and maintain flight level 390 Beeline 4003.
KLM partner, Sierra Delta is 1 advice, please deliver share compliments.
Deliver Sierra Lima Lima 1 advice.
KLM 808, descend to level 70, rendezvous Evan advice.
Level 70, rendezvous 18 right, KLM 808, VD emergency.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Center on 127.6 beeline 4003. Center beeline 4003 at flight level 390.
Beeline 4003, good afternoon. Beeline 4003, contact Zurich Center on 126.22, have a good one.
Center on 126.22 beeline 4003. Center beeline 4003 at flight level 390.
Beeline 4003, good afternoon.
I can see that the views have been spectacular. Still the same cloud base. Well, hopefully not. Let's switch. And have a quick look. Well, we're flying relatively quick. We still have 120 nautical miles actually before we should start descending, so that's quite a while. It's only 40 according to this one. But as we wait, we can try to find the charts and prepare for the landing actually. Let's see, the best way to do that is to check. I'm actually gonna close Discord. Should give us a bit of. Let me move that to the side. There we go. Let's maybe look at pictures. That could usually also give an. Which runway is it? 24 or 28? 28, right? Yeah, 28. 28. We just need one. Let me see. Well, we have the approach, an old one from 11, 288. Don't seem to have, because I want to find out the barrow.
Beeline 4003, expect the IXIT-1 November arrival with the Exito transition for the ILS Zulu approach to runway 28 with the Jacut transition at Sestri.
Expect the IXIT-1 November arrival with the Exito transition for the ILS Zulu approach to runway 28 with the Jacut transition beeline 4003.
Well, I was able to actually find one thing, so let's see if this. So slow. Let me just put back whilst we wait a bit. Yeah, let's see, LIMJ 28. 28, we'll save that. I do wonder if this one can open anything more than PDFs or if it's only PDFs. I guess it would be PDFs only. But you never know, right? Sometimes it is possible to have let me try to find the charts for airport. Now let's see, we have PDFs here. Ah, look at that. JPG did work. So we do know some info now. Does seem to align relatively well with what we have. Very low airport. Let me have a look on the outside actually. A bit weird looking once it crosses the mountains. But overall it looks pretty good. Still think I need to tweak the settings a bit. I do though prefer the more light ones compared to what I had before. But it's a work in progress. Of course with all the betas being released and stuff, that also changed things up. The LS is 398. Could be different of course, but that's what we have to go on. 398 as the barrow. The 8 is at the airport. Let's see, windy usually have a good 8 is 140. No, sorry, the meter is totally different now, 120. 120. That's 17, so quite hard winds. This could be an interesting landing. 6 degrees temperature.
Or above flight level 130, then descend via the IXIT 1
Okay,
November
that's
arrival
correct.
with the EBCI transition to cross Jakarta at or above 4,000 feet. Altimeter is 2950
999
beeline
SQNH,
4003.
VAP 132. I don't think there's anything else to really take from this. What we can rather do is go to landing performance. 1-2 at 17. A QJ of 999 is around 2950. So we can keep it at maybe 2951. Doesn't seem to rain. At least I don't think so. Let's have a look at the rain and thunder. Oh, it's close to rain, but it doesn't seem. Anti-ice off, landing config full, air crush on, pilot, VAP. If we take from here, 132, we'll go with a medium. Brake mode, reverse on. Let's compute 132 VAP. 135. 135 sounds reasonable. Let's put that in as our VAP. And then we're ready. We'll soon be able to start our descent, but there is no rush. Still have 220 nautical miles to go. So it should be a piece of cake. Let's have a look at our fuel on board actually. And what we'll do is check, we're supposed to be at Soson. It says on the fuel on board that we should have a 6.8. We're at 7. So we are actually doing a bit better, even though we have a bit of a headwind actually. Fuel used. And what's the current fuel flow? 2000. They are very efficient, these engines. I gotta give them that. The Neo engines are super efficient. But that's good. So we are using... Oh, we actually forgot to do this time thingy. Should have done it on the ground, but I'm just gonna put it on to feel immersive. Do the wipers work? They do work. That's always good to see. Let's keep window open on the side. So crazy, I've been following the Syrian offensive, and I used to follow this war a long time, most of my adult life. And I remember it being such a slugfest. First positive for the rebels, then turning to the Syrian, the Assad army. I guess it's the Syrian Arab army, whatever it's called, and now it's just been a lightning offensive. Basically everything's collapsed, like a house of cards. It's crazy. Crazy how things can change so fast. So let's see what happens there, but that's some interesting times ahead. Okay, still the only thing I've actually noticed now that I think of it is I've never seen in X-plane, like in P3D, another plane when I'm up in the air, you know, flew past one, flew close by to one. I mean, I do know that we have a TCAS system. I know it's on above now, but if we do change that to, you know, it's on normal, shouldn't we get some pings? Or maybe we are, but we're just not noticing. Okay, 42 nautical miles to go. We have crossed the Alps without seeing a single mountain top, because the layer is so goddamn thick. Literally, crossed the Alps without seeing anything. That's such a bummer.
Beeline 4003 contact Milan Center on 124.9 or 2 have good afternoon.
Center on 124.9 or 2 Beeline
Beeline.
4003. Center Beeline
I hope the
4003 and flight level
A330-900 by
390.
Toliss is on sale by Christmas. That would be a great Christmas gift to get to myself. I would have liked if they did an CO version instead, even though I know the default one has one, but I mean, yeah. 4,000 feet is the descent clearance though, so I'm just gonna put that in so we have it already, so I can press it once we're finally at the, we should soon be reaching it, 30 nautical miles, the top of descent. Also thought about the flight factor with 200 ER, but the the reason why I'm not that interested is because I have the PMDG one, so it's just another same kind of plane, even though I've heard it's amazing, but yeah, if I'm pretty content with a plane, I'm not gonna look for a better one. So for example, A330, I'm not too content with the Airsoft one just because of the LNAV issues. So then I would even look for a CO version. These clouds do look great though, I'm not gonna lie. It's how does the sun look? Let's go outside so we can find it a bit quicker. Well, it's not the best looking sun. It's basically just a, there must be a sun upgrade. Better sun X-Plane 12. The sun. If you do not like the default little white disc, you can use this script imitating real glare. Well, okay, I guess it's technically correct that it should look like that, but I guess you would want something that looks a bit nicer. The clouds do look very nice though. But yeah, that sun travesty. I do prefer the P3D one. Not saying it's more true to life or not, but I do prefer it. Okay, we are getting up slow and steadily on our top of descent. So we'll soon be able to descend. Let's have a look now. We're still 20 minutes out. But we're rapidly closing. We're gonna fly over, well, not Milan maybe, but Turin. I think Milan is a bit to the east. Maybe Turin, or maybe Turin is a bit to the west. Oh, we have a 747-800. Who makes that one? The SSG. The PMDG one is probably better. The 727 is the one I look most forward to, and the A330 by Toliss to get. Might at some point getting airports as well if they fix the optimization, but let's see. Not in a rush. The ones I'll get are freeware, or ones I can get with the free, what would you call it, the X-Plane org. The coins, or whatever they have, the system that they have, the reward points. Let's see though, what do they have for Finland, for example? Well, not a lot actually. They do though have but all of the stuff that they have is basic for X-Plane 11. It's very sad to see the state of the scenery. I would really want to see more X-Plane 12 scenery. So I was thinking of getting this one, redeeming my points, have quite a bit of it, right? Buying all the different Toliss aircraft, because this one looks pretty good, right? But it's also not that good, and it is X-Plane. I mean, look at that. It's not the best. So it's just the same product, so it's close, but a bit empty. So that sucks a bit. Not too many other ones either. For example, you would have Tampere Airport, probably used for charters. Also explain 10 or 11 and 10. So very, very old stuff. Now we can start, now we can start descending actually. Missed the queue there. Top of descent reached. We have probably a pretty bad vertical deviance of 2200. God damn it. Let's see if we can get that back. 3000 feet too high. Yeah, that's not the best. Me talking too much gibberish, missing our top of descent point. Let's see. We are descending now. We've a bit improved. The deviance isn't as bad as it used to be. We are pushing the limits of, I guess, the descent we can make without going into overspeed regime. We're close to it though. Oh no, it is still increasing, so we are behind. This will be very interesting to see if we're gonna be able to catch up with that. That's a big deviation. Not that bad this far out. But it's only 40 nautical miles until we're above Genoa, right? And we need to go around and down. This is not good. Not good at all. Let's see if we can add a bit of speed brakes. That should help us get back on track. Looking a bit odd, but okay. Now we're getting back the deviation, so that's good to see.
Approach on 119.6 B line 4003.
Now it's only 1,700.
Approach B line 4003 descending to 4,000 feet. B line 4003, good afternoon. Continue descent by the EBCI 1 November arrival. For the ILS 2 approach to runway 28.
That's about 50 minutes left. In terms of the ETA, 100 nautical or 110 nautical miles.
Zulu approach to runway 28 with the Jakut transition B line 4003.
Resume back on the vertical deviation. So let's see if I can decrease. Oh, we really got into the cloud layer now. I can slowly start decreasing a bit on the speed brakes. We're now below our path. So let's go at 0. We'll arm that. See how it goes. Yeah, it got very bright in here with the angle we're now flying. Okay, let's see. Breaking through one cloud layer. You can see the next one below. We're still good on the path now. Easy. Solving it, of course, using the speed brakes. Let's see how the weather is once we get closer. That's gonna be the interesting part, if I'm being honest. Looks quite good. We'll soon be reaching the next cloud layer. Hopefully the last one, but let's see. Because I do want to see Genoa, right? We're flying above this very beautiful approach. The overcast is though all the way down to 6,000 feet. But the visibility should be good, so let's see. I'm gonna say positive. But you never know. Let's have a look on terrain radar as well. Looks quite good. Looks like we can see a bit of... We're in the clouds, kinda. Not maybe 100% yet. Okay, we don't need to look at terrain, we're gonna be above water. What else can we do though? I don't think I ever gave the passengers seatbelt signs off. Yeah, that's not too good. The clouds look really good here though. This mess really looks true to kind of a overcast with different layers. So that's pretty cool. Flying with this new Brussels livery. I think all of the aircraft now has this livery. It's really like in to have this kind of black look around the windows on the front. So it's like everyone's going for that. Almost to the extent that it's a bit boring as well. The variety is what makes it nice, right? Different airlines having different liveries, right? I really like the weather in... and look at that, we can see the ground now. They're doing a tremendous job though with the clouds. This is really... I know it helps a bit with the cloud tweaker too. But I think it only tweaks some of the looks and stuff. So I still think laminar is the main culprit of making the weather look better and better. Slowly and steadily. Let's actually have a look again at the Avitab. Transition altitude is 7,000 feet. The dew point is about 1,000. I'm gonna update windy, see if we have a new dew point. 999. We'll go with 999 just to... And now it's 999 sounds like the German word for saying no, right? 999. God, simple humor. What's the ETA now? We can't be far. 11 minutes. Okay. Turning now to the left. We'll soon reach, I think, the last layer of clouds. But let's see. I'm gonna give our lovely passengers a bit of a public address.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your first officer speaking. We've begun our descent and we should be on the ground soon.
We can do medium auto brakes. As we planned for, the deviation is still looking good. Don't seem to have any other aircraft in the vicinity. I guess the only thing we need to be careful of, this is an unknowns airport. Low to the ground, overruns could end up in the water. Any bad kind of missed approach, not following procedures could end up with us going into the mountains, right? Let's check the mountain side again, see if I'm pretty sure they have some really steep hills around the harbor of Genoa, but we shall see once we get a bit further down. I guess we can keep that to VOR maybe. We'll do the landing system, should have done that already. Zoom in a bit on the range, so we'll go down, and then again. I think 4,000 is the lowest. We will go. We can go to 3,300 actually. I'm gonna put that in already just to be prepared. Okay, we're soon at 10,000. We'll put on the landing lights. I'm gonna do some things a bit earlier than I would usually just do to prepare myself. Hopefully we can do a kind of visual ILS assisted approach, flying manually, but let's see. Not gonna get my hopes up until we are well below this cloud layer. About 3,000 feet to go until we can change from standard. We should soon also look at
We have begun our final descent into Italy. Flight attendants will
slowing down a bit, right? 250 knots. What's the deviation now? Still looking pretty good. Okay, we're gonna be going into the cloud layer. .286. Is this a offset or a? .3,000 feet, 2,000. Yeah, so quite steep hills around. Area of magnetic abnormality. Very interesting. So that could also be a risk, right? Some abnormalities affecting things. Okay, we're descending below 10,000 now. Let's see if it rains once we get lower down. That's also gonna be interesting. A threat as well with visibility, right? So let's just follow as this autopilot does the job for us.
Cleared for the ILS approach to runway
Good,
28 with
we're
the
getting
Jacut
clearance.
transition B-line 4003.
I'm also gonna start to put these in the right. Oh, now it went to really the opposite. There we go. Since we're coming up to 7,000 feet ish. What's our progression? Let's have a look. Looks pretty good. Are we a bit high or Gikut? No, we're pretty okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, we are slowly descending. Let's have a look on the outside. Looks pretty good. We still haven't broken through though, but I'm starting to see some. So we are at the finish line, so to speak. And now we're starting to see the surrounding area. Look at that. Italy. Not as beautiful as I presume it would be with photorealistic, but pretty nice. It's not bad at least. So I guess we'll be turning right around this little island, I presume it is. So just around it. Very interesting. We'll arm the approach very shortly. I just wanna see, I'm gonna put that on landing performance just to not be disturbed by it. This looks pretty good. We can go to
Speed checked flaps 1.
flaps 1 already. For some reason it wanted to increase the speed though. Oh, it's just because I think this speed is... Let's see if it can maintain without overspeeding. Might just be able to do it. And now we're turning in. There's the airport. It'll be very interesting to see how this goes.
Altimeter is 2950 tower on 118.6 B-line 4003.
118.6, runway turn off lights, takeoff lights.
Tower B-line 4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 28.
Approach activated.
Beeline 4003 continue ILS to runway 28 call when established on final.
Some interesting
Continue
tower.
ILS approach
Or
to runway
towers
28
in
will call when
pluralis.
established on final B-line 4003.
And there we have the runway. This will be fun. This is the first time I'm actually flying to Genoa in any sim. I haven't even done it in V3D. I think there is though some airsoft. Now let's disconnect the auto thrust. And let's see if we can maintain the speed a bit without it bleeding off completely. Wonder if that's an aircraft or it's just the airport blinking. The auto throttle can stay off still. You can see our aircraft having problem maintaining the pitch.
Speed checked flaps 2.
I'm going flaps 2. Looks a bit like an offset. Like big time like an offset. Let's actually drop the gears as well. This must be an offset ILS. But I'm not gonna start looking into that too much into details. We'll go
Speed checked flaps 3.
We'll go flaps 3. I'll remove the autopilot. Let's see if we can fly this bird ourselves.
Speed
I'll
checked
go flaps full. Flying this following the ILS, if it was IFR conditions, I would probably crash into the mountains. That would have been hilariously bad. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Or is it the wind? Maybe it's not an offset. It's just the fact that the wind is so crazy that would be affecting it, but let's see. Wouldn't surprise me. We need to get down though. So let's descend a bit more forcefully than I would normally. It's a very nice approach. I think they have a payware version of this, so this is like the freeware version that they released. Now we really need to get to the right. This is gonna be an awful... We need to do a crazy crab if we're gonna make this. I have no clue how to do it otherwise. It's just awful flying. We're basically flying straight into a crosswind. I think this is within our limitations, but I can't promise a good landing. Me and crosswinds aren't the best mates. Oh, the speed is dropping off quite a bit there. So let's try to be a bit careful. We don't want to descend too much now. So let's be a bit careful with our... Oh, and the speed generally.
Beeline 4003 winds are 004 knots cleared to land
Oh,
runway
I forgot to say I established the
Clear
final.
to land runway 28 Beeline 4003.
Okay, let's see. I think it's gonna go okay. We need to maintain this and remember to crab and remember to retard, which I have a tendency to forget from time to time. Okay, come on. It's a very nice approach, this. Ooh, 100 above. 400. Continue. 300. Oh. Jesus Christ. We'll have to do a go around on that. That was an awful landing. Oh no, not the flaps. We don't want to change the flaps. Beeline 4003 going around.
Beeline 4003, this is Genoa Tower on 118.6, go ahead.
Beeline 4003 going around.
Beeline 4003, this is General Tower runway 18
Beeline 4003 going around.
Beeline 4003, execute the published missed approach for ILS to runway 28, contact approach on 119.6 to request another approach.
Execute the published missed approach for ILS to
Speed
runway
check
28
flaps
approach
3.
on 119.6 Beeline
What's the
4003.
speed? Lever climb. Yeah, that makes sense. We don't want to do toga anymore. Speed, I guess.
Approach Beeline 4003, request radar vectors for the ILS approach to runway 28.
Ah, that was a bad landing. Sorry, guys. I was hoping we could have wrapped it up, but nope.
Beeline 4003, turn left heading 095 vectors to the ILS Yankee approach for runway 28,
Zero.
descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Heading 095 vectors to the ILS Yankee approach for runway 28, descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Beeline 4003.
I wonder if we got any damage. I wonder how hard the landing was. Probably very hard. Or actually, something to keep in mind is the landing one. This one makes everything looks much worse than it sometimes is. So the touchdown front, touchdown main.
Beeline 4003, turn left heading 085.
I would
Heading
put this down a
085
bit.
Beeline 4003.
Heading 085. So we're basically just doing another try at it. I don't mind it. It's always good to do it. I think the approach was fine. But I think the speed problem was that basically once I lost the I was too high on the approach. So once I lost the actual descent, I lost speed like crazy. And this crosswind makes it hard to land, right? So that's good to keep in mind. But we'll make another try. Hopefully it goes better. Let's see. It would be nice though if I would have, because I'm not gonna see the landing rate on that one, but I might be able to watch the video clip and see it. My guess is around 500. It was a hard landing, that's for sure. But I just didn't feel like I was very stable either with the speeds and stuff. So better to just go around, do it correctly, even though I hate doing that. You know, it takes time and you messed up the first one. It's always good to do it again. And I still have some, you know, learning how to use the Toliss to fly it properly. And generally I think X-Plane is more difficult to land. Better flight model, I presume. More realistic. Or too realistic, who knows. Not one to judge. Okay, let's see. We should intercept that. Should bring us back onto the... Guess we can arm... We can arm the approach. Let's see how that goes. I'll try to do it manually again. If that would fail, then it might be time to consider another solution. Try to keep a higher speed maybe, so I can bleed off some at the end without any risk. Okay, notice any difference. Okay. Let's see if we get the heading. At least the go around worked quite okay. I don't think I followed it though right to the point. Something tells me that. Okay, as soon as practical. Okay, so I kind of followed it. Max 200 knots. So relatively okay executed, apart from the fact that I tried to remove the flaps like some crazy person, trying to get us all to stall. But we survived. We made it this far. That's a good sign. Can you do go around?
Rapid Flight Deck, this is your first officer speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the unfortunate duty to inform you that due to the go-around,
Heading
we're going to be very
015
slightly
beeline
behind schedule.
4003.
We do apologize for this flight inconvenience.
015. Okay, we're back. Going for another attempt. Let's actually disconnect the auto throttle again.
Beeline 4003, you are 17 nautical miles southeast of Sisri Airport. Fly heading 320 cleared for ILS to run
3,
contact tower on 118.6.
2,
Good afternoon.
0.
Fly heading 320 cleared for ILS approach to runway 28 tower on 118.6 Beeline 4003.
Let's throttle down a bit. Seemed like a bit of a risky one to take us over the mountains there. I mean, at least we have the visual for that. Okay, let's see. Localizer's been found. We can follow that for now. Maintain a bit of a higher speed. Not too high though. I'll throttle down a bit.
Beeline 4003 contact tower on 118.6.
4 passengers
Contact
having
tower
to
on
go through this again.
118.6 Beeline 4003.
At least we have a nice livery to
Altimeter is 2950
look at
tower,
and a
tower
nice
Beeline
approach.
4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 28.
2950. Yeah, that makes sense.
Continue ILS approach to runway 28 will call when established on final Beeline 4003.
Okay. Beeline 4003 established on final. I guess ish. We're not really established. We're a bit low.
Cleared to land runway 28 Beeline 4003.
Okay, let's give this another shot then. We have the lights on still. Interesting with the boats right there in front. I wonder if that's how it is in real life. I guess so. This is a big harbor, right? Very beautiful place. Okay. I'm gonna drop the landing gear. That should get us descending a bit, or descending, but get us some drag. I'll once again remove the autopilot. I'll do this manually. Try to get us a bit better this time around.
Speed checked flaps 3.
I'll go flaps 3. We need to go quite a bit to the right if we're gonna get on the right. I think the approach was okay. And now we're once again...
Speed checked flaps full.
I'll go flaps full. now we need to be careful because we have the same issue as last time. We're too high. Way too high actually. So I'll increase our descent rate, but I won't touch the throttle. At least not yet. Okay, let's see, we'll turn a bit to the left. We'll check the cabin. Okay, we are getting back. Still a heavy crosswind, so this will be a hard landing. There's no getting around that. No matter how. I swing this. Let's go a bit to the right. We need to increase our thrust. Just a tiny bit, teeny beeny bit. Okay, looking pretty good. We are almost on the glide slope. A bit of a discrepancy.
Approaching 2-8.
Getting some frame rate issues. Let's see. 400. Continue. I think we should be able to swing this, but let's see. $200. I'll try to crab. Crazy. Damn it. Let's see if we can get this down though. That was a crazy bounce.
Exit runway when able.
That will have to do. Not the best landing. I think the frames are awful though here. I'm like 18 or something. That's below the 20 right threshold. So I'm gonna blame that a bit for making this a harder landing than it should be. At least we survived. And nothing broke, within quotation marks. At least I can't see anything that has broken. Well, let's have a look at the replay and assess from that one.
The local time is 2:33 p.m. and it's currently about 6 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the air
Oh my god, the
stop and the seatbelt sign.
frames are bad.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Jesus, it really can't render stuff, this game. Like, too many items, I guess. Too many boats. Should probably decrease my settings, but I don't wanna fly with like seeing nothing either. I tried to put them down a bit to medium, but I only got like 3 frames or 3 more FPS, and that was about it. So yeah, it's a bit hard to get this. The optimization is awful, to be honest. And it really takes away some of the fun of flying, right? Let's keep on the right. We're just gonna taxi down here. Close, have a look at our landing rate, and then wrap things up, to be honest. gonna close pilot to ADC actually, just to hopefully get a bit more FPS. We get a bit more now, but immediately as we look there, we lose quite a bit. Too many vehicles and stuff as well. So slow. Let's give a bit more thrust. The flap is open, we can start the APU. There we have the nice airport, so it looks really nice. Let's turn in here. Okay, let's see. We have a nice FedEx terminal here to the left. Really makes me want to get this scenery for P3D as well. Or a similar scenery. Seems like a lot of people do have the FPS problem, but there doesn't seem to be any quick fixes, unfortunately. Let's have a look if we can turn here and just park at this one. Very beautiful scenery though. This is the best one I've seen thus far of the ones I've flown to in X-Plane. Oh, we should shut those. Can you let me click that, please? Thank you. God, me and working with X-Plane. I need to have a look at the settings. I just can't believe, you know, you spend like thousands of money to get a stutter fest. I don't even have that many. Imagine all the people with payware airports. Maybe like a 13,700 isn't enough as CPU, and a 390. That might be the problem. But I don't even have high effects on the graphic wise. Maybe the clouds is the issue, right? Keeping those on high. Maybe medium would be better. But I'll have to check that option a bit. We'll stop here. I'll put on the parking brakes. I'm gonna shut the engines. Engine 1 and 2. I'll do the deboarding thing by putting the seatbelt sign off. I'll look at this, all the people. It could be a library, right? Some libraries don't really work that well with P3D, to be honest. And that could be causing this, because it does seem to be a lot of stuttering at this airport, unfortunately. X-Plane. I might just have to fly in the Nordics. But I really like this airport. Oh, you have the cool CL. Is it the 215 or the 415? Oh well. Okay, let's see now. Do we have any updates on that? Maybe the engines are still shutting down, so that's why it's taking some time. I can of course try to open a... No, now we have it. Yeah, there we go. The deboarding. Okay, let's see if we... 613 FPM. Yeah, that was a shit one. I'll save it just to... for my own sake, but yeah, that's not a good result. Let's do the replay mode. We can jump. Let's see if we can jump back. Is this our first landing? I'm gonna presume so. It looks pretty good though. I'm pretty proud of my approach. Maybe a bit high. But can it go that much lower? It just feels very dangerous, but oh well. Maybe I didn't look. I didn't have too much of the chart to brainstorm before. So this must be the... now this is the landing now, right? It didn't look too bad. Bounced a bit. It's probably because of the frames actually now. Probably that's having the issue. Okay, we got down again. Okay, that was fine, I guess. Not my proudest moment. Could be worse. Okay, so this would be the first time we did the approach, right? I think it's looking relatively similar. Maybe we are a bit higher actually, more in line with what we should be. I think I'm trying to force our way down too fast. Oh, but that that was pretty bad. Yeah, I can see why we did the go around with that bounce. We might have been able to land it there if we really tried. But oh well. Maybe for the best. For passengers. Look at that, flaps moving and then oh, back down. Well, you can't win them all. Let me just end the replay. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Some mistakes, some teachings, I guess. Some entertainment, hopefully as well. And yeah, until next time. Bye bye.